In this video, we're going to use the chain rule with the power rule. And it says, given y equals f of u and u equals g of x, find dy dx using Leibniz notation for the chain rule. And they give you the notation dy over dx is equal to dy over du, du over dx being multiplied. So we're going to take the derivative of this with respect to u. So we're going to do derivative, let me write that again, the derivative with respect to u. So this is really dy du is going to equal the derivative of this function with respect to u. And then we're also going to do the same thing here. We're going to say that du over dx is going to equal the derivative with respect to x of 3x cubed. So if I do the derivative on the right, I get dy du is equal to 20 u to the third. And then if I do this derivative, I get du dx is equal to 9x squared. So if I use the Leibniz notation, that would mean that dy dx, which would be, if I write this out, this would be y is equal to f of g of x from our initial input, our initial information where u is g of x. So if I do the derivative of this with respect to x, I would end up with f prime of g of x, g prime of x, which is really in Leibniz notation, that'd be dy du times du dx, which for us, dy du is 20u cubed, times du dx, which is 9x squared. We should substitute u in there, so we end up with dy dx is equal to, if we substitute in u, we get 20 3x cubed to the third power times 9x squared. And then if we do this whole cubing piece and multiply all this together, which we can do that, we get 3 cubed times 20. So we get 540 x to the 9th will actually be x to the 11th. No, x to the 9th times 9x squared, which would then give you 4,860 x to the 11th power.